What up, world? It's your boy Big Willie, aka the Pac Mac, and I hope y'all are having a great day. As always, I am blessed and happy to see you. Okay, let's get into it. We're gonna talk about the MTG Marvel Secret Lair drop that's happening. Um, let's go ahead and start off with talking about the extra card that you can get, which is Earth's Mightiest Emblem, which is an arcane signet, and it's the Avengers Tower. It looks so beautiful. Oh my goodness. For each $200 spent on the Marvel Super Drop products while supplies last, terms and conditions applies. So basically, I don't know if they're so like the one thing they've set the prices of each of them, but usually they do a super drop where you can get all four of them at one for like a discounted price. I mean, all five of them at once at a discounted price, and that's what we're trying to find out because like I've got a plan, and they kind of went over this at the MagicCon Vegas panel, Secret Lair panel, talking about this Marvel Super Drop, and they were like, yeah, each of these are kind of like a commander starter kit for that guy, and it's just like, yeah, like that's kind of what I saw with this too, and I was like, hey, look, we, me, four of my friends go in it, in it 5 ways, split it up, decide who gets what randomly, try to be fair about it and figure it out. Everyone pays their divvy, and with those 5 cards and the other 95 cards equaling to $100 or less, because that's the good deal, be a budget, and build a commander deck off of that commander, and we all play one big game against each other, and whoever wins gets the arcane signet. And I think that would be super, super cool, like just something, do something, like that'll get you going, because like I have seen some of these builds and some of these concepts, but I'm trying to get my people involved and get them to do something as well as get me to do something. Of course, once I figure out who mine is, we're going to go ahead and build that deck, and that'll be a Deck Tech Friday. So just go ahead and just expect one of these 5 to be a Deck Tech Friday. I don't know which one I'm going to get. I don't know, but, I got some hopes and some ideas. So, like, let's go ahead and get into it. But yeah, so we got the first one, which is Black Panther. We got Black Panther Wakandan King, which is green white, Silesian. Whenever him or another creature enters the battlefield, you control enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target land, and then you can tap 3 to move all +1/+1 counters to target land. You control the target creature, and one or more +1/+1 counters are moved this way. You gain that much life and draw a card. I I like the premise of it, because like it's very like, hey, the lands matter. Hey, you know, we can move all the counters. There's so many ways we could go with this. It's very, very great. And then like the whole vibranium mining, I think that's really cool because of the fact that, like that's why everyone's after Wakanda is because of the vibranium, and vibranium is just so and it's just like, yo, this our resources are the best, you know. And the cards that is included with it, we got Secure the Waste, which creates X/1/1 White Warrior creature tokens. We got Bast's Blessing, which is Primal Vigor. That's a really cool include. We've got Heroic Intervention. I really do like that with the claw, and then how like like I love that with claw. Look, it's the claw, man. And then we got Wakandan Side Scraper, and then we also get a warrior token in here. Ibombe. Yeah, let's go. I do like where, of course, proliferating strategies with the Karn's Bastion. We're playing counters. We're playing +1/+1 counters. If I were to get this guy, I'm going to just go ahead and say like 1 or 2 cards I would include in this deck if I were to get Black Panther as my commander. And obviously, number 1 would be Hamza, because, we've already done a Hamza deck tech, and like we're already playing plus one counters, and like honestly, he would be an include in Hamza too. So it's like, ooh wee, you know, um, man, like I do like the way this is already going, and I would just have to figure out, where I would go to be in that budget, because like that's the real thing. It's like so many ideas, but it's like we got to stay in the budget, and that is smart. Um, Non-foil $39.99, rainbow foil $49.99. I need that package deal price. The next one is Captain America, and oh my goodness, Captain America: First Avenger. I saw on the panel how they were talking about how they like redid the colors, because like if it was like any other card, the colors would be in different order. I think that was perfect, because it's got red, white, and blue. It's Captain America. Like what do you, it's Captain America, you know. Legendary creature, human soldier, hero, for Just Guy. Um, he's got throw, 3 mana, unattached, and equipment from Captain America. If he deals damage, you can tell that equipment's mana value divided as you choose amongst 1, 2, or 3 targets, which is just ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. It like everyone already, anyone who got into any of that Assassin's Creed already knows where they're going with this. It is ridiculous. Yo, like, Captain America looks wonderful. And then catch at the beginning of combat on your turn. Attach up to 1 target equipment you control to Captain America. So you already know we playing Voltron equipments. We're gonna be doing some very, very, very dumb things. You got, as far as the extra cards, with the Sigarda's Aid, which is Captain America's Aid, which is perfect. Like you're playing equipments. Like what do you expect? Flawless Maneuver, also another just perfect. Like, hey, we can't have fierce guardianship, so let's have the second next best thing. Hey, that works. That works. That works. That works. In the trenches, which is a very deep cut. I do like that, especially with the invaders on there. Like, yo, like, that's so smooth. That's awesome. Look at Namor in the background. That boy Namor. And then you got Shield of War and Peace, which is Sword of War and Peace, which is, it's perfect. It's perfect. Like, how you gonna have Captain America without his shield? Like, let's just go ahead and go. So we already talked about it just a little bit ago, where like anyone who has gotten any of the Assassin's Creed set, there was this big equipment called Excalibur that costs like 12 mana. That's actually like has a cheaper cost to cheat out, and it's just like, hey, we're gonna throw this shield. We got 12 damage divided any way we choose. Let's go ahead and wreck shop. That would probably be the first include on this deck. I think I do have an Excalibur somewhere. But Captain America, like, that's my boy. I love Captain America, and I don't know, like, there's so many of them that they're so good, and I want to build something. There's like one that I'm almost like, I hope I don't get, but all the rest of them, I'm like, I wouldn't mind any of these. Like, they're my faves. I love this Marvel Secret Lair. I just hope it is more available to everybody, and unlike the last ones, like the Hatsune Miku one and the Monty Python one. I need this to be like more and more and more available. Like, this should be whatever you're thinking about your print run is. You need to like double and triple that, because like this is crazy. You're counting on on the people that are already playing this game. I'm sorry, I got to rant about this real quick. Y'all are counting on the people that are already playing this game. You're not counting about the tons of Marvel comic fans that will get into this game because of this. So like, I'm hoping to be able to get one, any of them. But that's the end of that. Same prices for each of them. Let's go ahead and get to the next one. Iron Man. So we got Iron Man, and he's 4/4 flying haste for 5, 3 blue red. Legendary artifact creature, human hero. Genius industrialist. Whenever Iron Man attacks, create a treasure token. Then you may sacrifice a non-creature artifact. If you do, search your library for an artifact card with mana value equal to 1 plus the sacrifice artifact's mana value. Put on a battlefield tap, then shuffle. That's pretty dumb. Not gonna lie, there's so many ways you can go with this. Blue red artifacts is something that I've wanted to build for a minute, and if I get Iron Man, like that's I would find some ways to really play some very very dumb artifacts. And if you look in Magic's history, there's a lot of very very dumb artifacts. So the cards that are included in here, we got Galvanic Blast. It's all right. That's an all right include. I mean, that's a flavor include. I get it. Commander's Plate, which looks really, 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 really cool. Like like that's awesome. You got a Soul Ring in here. Like the Soul Ring is the best looking card in here, in my opinion. In my opinion, IMO. But I wish it could have been something a little bit better. Like I'm just saying, like like with the arc reactor, like you could have made like the big arc reactor and be like, what's that one artifact? The one where you gain life. Can't think of it. Can't think of it. It's the Spirit Mom because you can shoot somebody for 50 with it. Like I think that'd have been cool. It's like one of the big arc reactors. Like I'm just throwing ideas out there because like you know Commander's Plate and Inventor's Fair and Soul Ring. Like, well, Soul Ring is not much, for like the cheapest printing. Same thing with Galvanic Blast. Um, but yeah, like, and then you got Inventor's Fair. Inventor's Fair is a really cool one, and I do like how it's the Stark Expo. And then you get a treasure token of the Iron Man mask. It's really cool. Like, I mean, I do see like all the flavor through it. I think that this one, the deck is going to be where most of the meat is. Um, but I do think that Iron Man himself has a ton of like really really cool. I'm going to cheat things and do some dumb things with it. So with Iron Man, like one of the first cards that came to mind was Brutaclad because I've always wanted to build Brutaclad, and I'm like, yo, this is red red blue artifacts, and we could do some dumb things, and of course, I'd be trying to get Brutaclad and do all sorts of stuff with that, and Dark Steel Forge. I'm gonna go ahead and add that on there because, like, obviously, we're playing artifacts, and yeah, we could go crazy, crazy dumb with just the artifact options in Magic. Same prices. Storm. Okay. Now, of these secret layers, I will say there's one that kind of like is like teetering above like the high side just because of like the cards that are included in it in a sense. I almost want to say it's Storm in my opinion, just because there's a real deep cut. But let's go ahead and get into her. Storm, Force of Nature. She's 1 green, blue, red. Um, Flying Vigilance. Whenever Storm deals combat damage to a player, the next instant or sorcery spell you cast this turn has Storm. That's a buddy of mine's already built this deck. She's a 3/4, and she can pop off, and especially in those colors, like there's so many ways to like build your storm count, and it's just like, oh my god, it is ridiculous, 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 ridiculous. Just and then the spells you in those colors you can like imagine storming expropriate. Like it's just like do you scoop? Do you scoop? But let's go ahead and get into the extra cards. We gotta have lightning bolt. And I will say, like, that's the one thing I do agree with on the Secret Lair specifically is it's like a tour of Storm in her like different outfits, and it's just like, oh my goodness, like you got, you know, Mohawk Storm, and then you got Jessica's Will, Storm's Will, you know, which is just, it's so good, it's so good, and then you got Ice Storm with Storm and the silver, like, and that Ice Storm, like Ice Storm hasn't been printed since like I want to say like beta. I need to go look that up, and you know, Future Me will probably say something about that, you know. But like Ice Storm, imagine storming Ice Storm. You know, you could literally just take people out the game by just like, yeah, we're gonna Ice Storm from like Storm Count 7, and bye bye all your lands. It's just like, and then you can play Stone Rain in the same deck. Oh my goodness! Like the storm deck is gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. It's you know, that's just not my problem. And then you got Aurora Borealis, which is Metamorphosed, and that's just, oh my goodness, the art on the Storm Secret Lair is ridiculous. And I mean, like, you know, I as someone who has a storm deck, well, not really a storm deck, but a deck that I could just pretty much slot Storm in those colors. In what's his face? I can't even. Red, green, blue. He was in. Was he in Ikoria? I want to say he was in Ikoria. He was one of the commanders. Calamax. Calamax the Stormsire. You see, like, all these. Which, I mean, I'd probably put Calamax in here. 1,000-Year Storm. You know, like, let's. So, like, I heard you like Storm, so we're going to add Storm to your Storm with Storm and a Storm with Storm and a Storm. Like, so many ways to go with this. The problem with this one I'm seeing is staying under budget, which I don't think would be hard to do either. Oh my god, like there's so many like Stone Rain. You know what I'm saying? Like Stone Rain is like a quarter. Like, yo, like this deck will probably be really, 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 really nasty and just frustrating. Oh my goodness, I don't know what people are gonna build with it, but oh my goodness, there is the best. There is my homie Wolverine, my favorite. Oh my goodness, like look at my man's. Look at my man's. He's so awesome. One red green. I like his whole mutant berserker hero. He's got I like how he's a berserker. If you know, you know. He's got unrivaled lethality, which doubles all damage he would deal. At the beginning of each instep, if Wolverine dealt damage to another creature this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on him. And he's got regenerate. I like that's a flavor win. That's a real flavor win with the regenerate. You know, regenerate, like you don't even see regenerate no more, and you shouldn't see regenerate no more. It's an outdated mechanic, but I like that. Just the flavor of that is just like good job. And then you've got the extra cards, which you got Berserk. Look at him, he's coming out of a freaking Sentinel's mouth. Like how that's I can't wait to see that foil. I'm just gonna be real with you. Can't wait to see that foil. You got Rite of Passage with my girl X23. Let's go, Laura. Let's go. I'm so excited about that specifically because I'm a big X23 guy, and I can't wait to see when she gets her own card. Oh man. We also got Rhythm of the Wild, which is just A+ reprint. Oh my goodness, and it's just Wolverine just oh, And then the Ozolith as the adamantium bonding tank. Like, that's well done. Well done. Well. Oh my goodness. Flavor win. Flavor win. Flavor win. Flavor win. Like, that's the one thing I can say about like all these secret layers is like they are definitely on flavor with the flavor. There is lots of flavor here. Oh man. Um yeah, with Wolverine, like where could you not go from here? Like there's so many things to do with the Wolverine deck. I'd probably get somebody that can get some different type of counters in the mix. You know, like um, I'd probably put like a crystalline giant in here, just so that way I can like get value off the oscillate. Anything else I could give like other types of counters. What is one of the real good? City on Fire is another one. Like for like just like adding extra damage. Just damage on damage on damage on damage on damage on damage. Group's Uprising is an obvious include. You know, giving all your people trample. What's the word? Oh, Naeth of the Dire Hunt is one I would add to this deck because she makes it where like Wolverine's got to be blocked and can double his power and draw you cards, and you know, I'd include a lot of fight cards, and I'm like, hey, I like fight music for high school kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go ahead and do this. Wolverine looks amazing. I wonder if they're going to have any extra cards in there because they probably are going to have some extra cards in there. It sucks that we didn't get to get the counter spell that was like the Magicon exclusive with Doctor Strange and the comic. You know, I would have loved one of them comics, but it's okay. It's all right though. You know, next year we're gonna have an opportunity to be part of all the cool kids. You know, we'll get there. But either way it goes, what are your thoughts about the Marvel Secret Lair drop? Like I said, I really just hope I hope it's plentiful. I hope it's plentiful above all else. Because I know people are going to wake up that morning with all the bots and they're going to be botting to get all of them. And it's just going to be just like, why? Like, why? You know? I mean, yes, I could proxy them all, but I'd rather have the real copies of them. It's just a personal thing. I get it. I understand. I know anyone who's going to say that can say that, but there's something about having the real, something about it. But either way it goes, I really do hope that we can make this happen and could get it to where, like, at least, me and all my homies can do this and I can highlight their builds and show off my build and get this going and see what happens because it's a really cool thing to do. Either way it goes. Remember, y'all, it is absolutely all about the gathering 120%. As always, I hope y'all have a great day and holla at ya boy. Peace. Kirby.